everyone, myself Neha Shah from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I am going to explain you the topic fitting of exponential and logarithmic curves from the unit of curve fitting by the numerical methods from the subject of probability and statistics. In the last session I had explained you the fitting of the curve in the line form. Now today we will see the fitting of the curve in the form of exponential or in the form of logarithmic curve. So for that, first of all we will take in the fitting of exponential and logarithmic curves. In this, the equation will be in the form of y equals to a into b raised to x or y equals to a into x raised to b. So it will be considered as geometric curve. And if we are taking y equals to a into e raised to bx, it will consider as exponential curve. So if we are taking the e raised to something, so basically it will consider as the exponential curve. Otherwise it will consider as the geometric curve. So to understand this, we will taking one example. For that, we will taking this example as fit a curve y equals to a into b raised to x from the following data. The data is given to you in this form. X is given as 1, 2, 3 up to 8 and y equals to 1, 1.2 up to 9.1. If I want to solve this example, so for that first I am taking the equation as y equals to a into b raised to x. Now as you know that b raised to something, so to convert this in the form of line, we will taking the logarithmic on both sides. So if I am taking log on both sides, so here the term will be log y base e is equals to, here the term will be in the form of multiplication, so we have to take the addition of two logs, right? So I am taking like this log a with the base e plus this x goes over here, so the term will be x into log b base e. Now to convert this in the form of line, we will taking this term as capital A, this term as capital Y, and this term as capital B. So like we are taking log y base e is equals to capital Y. Similarly, I am taking log a base e equals to capital A and log b base e equals to capital B. Right? Now, if I am putting these values in this term, so what will be the next step? This term will become y equals to a plus bx, right? And in this small x, we will taking directly small x equals to capital X. So it will convert in the form of line like capital Y equals to capital A plus capital X into capital B. So you can see that this one is the equation of line. And as you know the method to solve this example by using the equation of line, so we follow that particular method in this. Then at last we will convert this in this format, and then from that we will deriving the equation of y equals to a into b raised to x form. Okay. So as we have derived the equation capital Y equals to a plus b into x, right? Now we have to find out its normal equations. Now how will finding its normal equation? The normal equation will be taken by taking the summation of this with multiplication of a with 1. And if we are taking summation on both the sides, then we can say that summation 1 equals to n, because if we are taking the summation up to n times, so its value will becomes n, right? So if I am taking this, means first of all I am multiplying this equation with 1 and then we will taking summation on both sides. So it will gives you the first normal equation, and for the second normal equation we will multiplying this equation with the help of x, right? So after multiplying by x, we will taking the summation on both the sides to find out the second normal equation. Then from two normal equation, after solving that, we can derive the final output. So after multiplying this equation with 1, we will taking the summation to find out the first normal equation. So because of that, this term will consider as y into 1 means y, and if we are taking summation, so the term will be summation y. Now this equals to a into 1. Now if we are taking the summation 1, so its value will be n, right? So this term will become a into n plus b constant will be as it is, and this term will consider as summation x. So this one is equation number 1. So this one is the first normal equation. Now if you want to find out the second normal equation, so for that we have to multiply this equation with x. So the term will be x into y, and if I am taking summation, so the term will become summation xy. Now this equals to a into x, and if we are taking summation, so the term will be a into summation x, plus now this term will multiply with x, so the term will be b into x square, and if we are taking the summation, so the term will be b into summation x square. So this one is the equation number 2. Now from this two equation we can derive the curve which will be fit in the logarithmic form, right? So for that, first of all we have to find out summation y, summation x, summation xy, and summation x square. And after finding the values of these terms, we can find out the values of constants a and b. So for that, first of all I am writing the term x and y. Then we'll finding the next values as summation x, y, summation x square likewise. So first of all x and y, this data is given to you as x is given to you as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? Now y is given to you as 1, 1.2, 4, 1.8. Then the next term is 2.5, 3.6, 4.7, 6.6 and 9.1. Now we're finding the next value as capital X. These two x and y are in the form of small letter. Now we'll converting it in the capital. Now what is the value of capital X? We have taken capital X equals to simple small x, right? So directly we will taking over here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. But the value of capital Y is changed. Why? Because we have taken log y base e equals to capital Y. So what is the capital Y? The value of capital Y equals to 0, 0.1823, because we have to take log 1 equals to 0, log 1.2 equals to 0.1823, log 1.8 equals to 0.5877, then log 2.5, its value will be 0.9167. Then the next values are 1.54, 1.8870 and 1.2080. Now if I am taking the summation of all these values, so it will give you the term as summation x equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to 8. So its value will be 36. Similarly, if you will find in summation of all these values, so it will give you the term as summation capital Y. Now we have to find the value of summation x, summation y. Now we have to find out the value of summation xy. So over here I am first of all finding the value of x into y. So for that we have to multiply these two terms, capital X into capital Y. So 1 into 0 means 0, 2 into this means 0.3646. Similarly, I will find all the other values. So the next value will be 1.7631, 3.6648, 6.4045. Then the next value will be 9.285, 13.209, and the last value will be 17.6656. Now, if I am taking summation of all these values, so it will give you the term as summation x into y. Now we have to find out the value of summation x square, right? So for that, first of all, I am finding the value of x square. Now, what is the value of capital X square? This one is capital X. So if I am taking square of this, so the value will be 1 square will be 1, 2 square equals to 4, 3 square equals to 9. Likewise, I will find all the other values. Now if I am taking summation of all these values, so it will gives you the term as summation x square. Now I will put all the values of summation x, summation y, summation xy and summation x square from this table in these two equations to find out the values of a and b. Now what is the value of n? N means number of samples. Now from this you can see that the number of samples are 8. So we are taking the value of n equals to 8 to solve this two equation. Now if I am putting all this value in this equation, so the next step is the value of summation y equals to 8.6098. So if we are putting that value over here, so the next step will be 8.6098 is equals to capital A into n, right? And the value of n equals to 8. So the term will be 8 into A plus b into summation x. Now what is the value of summation x? We have already found the value of summation x. The value of summation x equals to 36. So the value will be 36b. So this one is equation number A. Now the next step is summation x into y. Now if we are finding the value of summation xy from the table, so its value will be 52.3566 equals to, the next step is a into summation x, right? And the value of summation x equals to 36, so we are writing like this 36a plus summation x square over here. Now what is the value of summation x square? From the table, if we are finding the value of summation x square, so its value will be 204. So 204 into b. So this one is equation number b. Now if we are solving this two equation number a and b, the value of a equals to minus 0.3822. Similarly, we will find the value of b. Putting this value in this equation, so we can find out the value of b. The value of b equals to 0.3241. So this way we can find out the value of constants capital A and capital B. Now we have to put these values in the equation of log A equals to capital A to find out the value of small a. So if I am putting this value, so this capital A equals to minus 0.3822. So from this we can find out the value of A. How are we finding the value of A? E goes over here, so e raised to minus 0.3822, so its value will be 0.6823. So this one is the value of small a. Similarly, from the equation of log b base e, we can find out the value of capital B. Now the value of capital B is 0.3241. From this, I will find out the value of small b. So similarly, we will find in e raised to b means e raised to 0.3241. So from that we can find out the value of small b. So this value of small b equals to e raised to 0.3241 and value of it equals to 1.3827. Now you have given the equation as y equals to a into b raised to x, right? Now in this equation, if we put in the value of small a and b, so we can find out the final answer. Y equals to 0.6823 into 1.3827 raised to x. So this way we can fit the curve. Now the next example is fit the curve y equals to a into x raised to b from the following data. For that, the data is given to you like this: x equals to 20, 16, 10, 11 and 14, and y equals to 22, 41, 120, 89 and 56. Now if you want to solve this example, first of all we will starting with the equation y equals to a into x raised to b. So if we are taking logarithmic on both the sides, so the equation will be like this: log y to the base e is equals to log a to the base e plus b goes over here, so the term will be b into log x to the base e. Now here we have interchanged the position of b and x, so the term will change. Now we are taking this as a capital Y, this as a capital A and this as a capital X. So the term will be y equals to capital A plus capital B into capital X. So the value of capital B equals to directly small b. So here we have taken log y base E equals to capital Y, log A to the base E equals to capital A, log X with the base E equals to capital X, and small b is directly equals to b. Okay. Now by taking this table, we will finding the values of the different terms. Now first of all, we have to find out the normal equations of this term. So what will be the normal equations? If we are multiplying the equation with the help of 1 and we are taking the summation, so that we will finding the first normal equation, and if we are multiplying the whole equation by the help of x, and if we are taking the summation, then we can find out the second normal equation, right? So the first normal equation is summation capital Y is equals to A into n, because summation 1 equals to n, and the next term is B into summation x. So this one is the normal equation 1. Now similarly we will find in the next normal equation, so summation x into y equals to A summation x plus b into summation x square. So this one is equation number 2. Now for this we have to find out all these values. So for that, first of all I am writing the table. X and y values are given to you. X equals to 20, 16, 10, 11 and 14. Now the value of y are given to you as 22, 41, 120, 89 and 56. Right. Now I have to find out the value of summation y. So how will finding the value of summation y? If I am taking the summation of all this value, right? So for that, first of all I have to find out the value of capital Y. Now what is the value of capital Y? Log 22 equals to this. So similarly we are taking the log of all these values, so it will give you the term as capital Y. So if I am taking log 22, so its value will be 3.091. Then the next value will be 3.7135 if I am taking log 41. And if I am taking log 120, so the value will be 4.7874. Likewise, I will find out all the other values. Now, if I am taking summation of all these values, so its value will be 20.1058. Now, similarly, I am finding the value of capital X. Now, what is the value of capital X? Log small x, means if I am finding log 20, so it will give you the term as capital X. So the term will be 2.9957, then the next value will be 2.7725, then the next value will be 2.3025. Likewise, I can find out all the other values. Now, if I am taking summation of all these values, so it will give you the term as summation x. So 2 point this plus 2 point this plus 2 point this. So if I am taking summation of all these values, so answer of it equals to 13.1075. So we have find out the value of summation x and summation y. Now I have to find out value of summation x into y. So for that, first of all I am finding the value of x, y, and then I will take the summation of it. So to find out value of summation x into y, we will multiply this two terms, capital X into capital Y. Right. So after multiplication this two terms, the answer of it equals to 9.2597. Similarly, if I am multiplying this two terms, so the term will be 10.2956. Likewise, I will find out all the other values. The last value will be 10.6227. Now, if I am finding summation of all this, then it will give you the output as summation xy, right? So, its value will be 51.9636. Now, I have to find out the value of summation x square. So, for that, first of all, I am finding the value of x square. Now, what is the value of x square? Here we have to take capital X, right? So I am finding 2.9957 square. So its value will be 8.9742. Similarly, I will find out all the other values like 7.6867. Next value will be 5.3015. Likewise, I will find out all the other values. Now, if I am finding summation of all these values, so it will give you the term as summation x square. So its value will be 34.6761. Now I will take this value summation x square and will putting this value over here. Summation x square will put over here. Summation x will put over here and here. And summation y will putting over here. Now what is the value of n? N means 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 number of samples are there. So if we are putting all this value in this equations, so we can find out the value of capital A and capital B. So the equation will be 5A plus 20B is equals to 16.6935. Similarly, the next term is 20A plus 120B is equals to 50.306. Now, if I am multiplying this equation with 4, so 4 into 5, 28. So this 20 will be cancelled out. This will becomes 4 into 20 means 80B and 120B. So, because of this, the difference will be fine. And here also we will finding the difference. From that we can find out the value of B, and after putting the value of B in any of this equation we can find out the value of capital A. So the final answer of capital A equals to 4.9855 and the value of B equals to minus 0.4117. Now from this capital A and capital B we will finding the value of small a and small b. Now what is the value of capital A? We have taken log A to the base E equals to capital A, and its value we have taken 4.9855, right? So from this we can find out the value of small a equals to e raised to 4.9855. So its answer will be 146.2766. Now similarly we will finding the value of b. Here we have taken small b equals to capital B. So from this directly we can say that the value of capital B equals to small b equals to minus 0.4117. So here we have find out the value of small a and small b. So if we are putting these two values in the equation of y equals to a into x raised to b, so the final answer will be y equals to, instead of 8 we will taking 146.2766 x raised to b. Now what is the value of b? B equals to minus 0.4117. So this way we can fit the curve in the form of any geometric equations. Thank you so much.